Heartland is not just another television drama. It is one of the longest-running family shows in Canadian history, and it has built a home in the hearts of millions of fans across the world. From the very first episode that aired back in 2007, people fell in love with the story of Amy Fleming, her grandfather Jack, her sister Lou, and all the people who come and go at the ranch. The show has always been about more than just horses. It has been about family, about loss, about healing, and about the courage to move forward when life changes in ways you do not expect. Over the years, Heartland has grown into something rare. While many television series end after a few years, Heartland has kept its charm alive through 16 full seasons. It has become a comfort show, the kind of series that people turn to when they want to feel warmth, when they want to escape the rush of modern life, or when they simply want to remember the value of strong family ties, the wide-open ranch, the bond between humans and animals, and the lessons hidden in simple moments have all played a role in keeping fans loyal for so long. Another reason for its lasting success is that it appeals to all generations. Parents can watch it with their kids, grandparents can enjoy it alongside younger family members, and teenagers can connect with the struggles of growing up, shown through characters like Amy, Ty, and Georgie. This multi-generational appeal has made Heartland a global success, with streaming platforms allowing fans from different countries to catch up and fall in love with the series. Season after season, the story has continued to evolve. Yet it never loses the gentle heart that makes it unique. Even in the face of painful storylines, the ranch always feels like a place of hope and renewal. That is why when Season 16 was announced, the excitement reached every corner of the Heartland fan community. It was not just the promise of new episodes. It was the comfort of knowing that the journey of the Fleming family, the Bartletts and their friends, was far from over. So, before we talk about when and where you can actually watch Season 16, it is important to understand just how powerful this show has been. It is not just television. It is a shared memory, a bond between fans, and a piece of storytelling that has grown stronger over the years. Season 16 is not just another chapter. It is a reminder that Heartland is here to stay, ready to bring more moments of joy, sadness, laughter, and inspiration to everyone who watches. Time has a special meaning for Heartland fans. Every season feels like a reunion with old friends, and waiting for the next chapter always brings a mix of excitement and impatience. Season 16 was no different. From the moment it was announced, fans across the globe began counting the days, because this is not just another release, it is a tradition, one that keeps the story of Heartland alive year after year. The very first airing of Heartland Season 16 happened in Canada, where the show was born on October 2, 2022. The Canadian broadcaster CBC gave fans their first look at the brand new chapter. Episodes began rolling out every week, and for Canadian fans, Sundays became a sacred time once again, a time to return to the ranch to see Amy continue her journey, to watch Jack hold the family together, and to witness the ups and downs of life on Heartland. But the global fan base is just as massive as the one at home, and so the question became, when will the rest of the world get their chance? Unlike many shows that release worldwide at the same time, Heartland follows a slower path. Fans in the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and many other countries had to wait longer, sometimes months, before Season 16 reached their screens. This waiting period was filled with discussions, spoilers being carefully avoided, and fans leaning on each other in online groups to share their excitement. Eventually, streaming services began picking up Season 16. Netflix, which has been one of the biggest platforms carrying Heartland internationally, added the season in different regions at different times. For some countries, the release happened in early 2023, while for others, it did not appear until later in the year. This pattern has become something fans are used to, a waiting game that can feel long, but always ends in joy once the season is finally available to binge. What makes this timeline so unique is the way it keeps Heartland alive all year round. While Canadian fans enjoy the first release, international fans get the excitement months later, creating waves of anticipation that stretch across continents. It means that even a year after the Canadian premiere, the conversations about Season 16 are still fresh, still ongoing, and still connecting people who love the ranch and its stories. So, if you are wondering when you can watch it, the answer depends on where you live. But one truth remains the same. Whether you saw it in 2022, 2023, or even later, Season 16 of Heartland always arrives at just the right moment, bringing with it the comfort, drama, and hope that fans have come to treasure for more than a decade. Waiting might feel endless, but for Heartland, the wait is always worth it. For every fan of Heartland, knowing where to watch is just as important as knowing when. The show has always had a special way of reaching people across different countries, sometimes through traditional television, sometimes through streaming platforms, but no matter where you are in the world, there is a place for you to step back onto the ranch and experience the warmth of Season 16. In Canada, the birthplace of Heartland, the series has its home on CBC and CBC Gem. This is where it all begins. Every episode premieres here first, making Canadian fans the earliest travelers on this emotional journey. CBC Gem, the streaming service, makes it easier for those who cannot sit in front of the television every Sunday, giving them a chance to catch up whenever they want. Whether on a laptop, phone, or smart TV outside Canada, the story spreads slowly but surely. Netflix has become the most familiar platform for international viewers. It carries Heartland to homes in the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and many other regions. The only challenge is patience, because Netflix often receives new seasons months after the Canadian premiere, meaning fans must avoid spoilers while waiting for the day they can finally sit down and stream the new episodes. But once the season drops, it becomes a global celebration, with fans binge-watching the entire season in just a few days. There are also other options in some countries. Heartland has been licensed to smaller networks or streaming platforms, each region finding its own way to bring the show to its audience. This scattered release can feel confusing, but it also shows just how strong the demand for Heartland is. Fans will search, wait, and even subscribe to new services just to stay connected to the world of the ranch. The important thing to remember is that Heartland is worth the search. Whether you watch it live on CBC in Canada, stream it later on Netflix, or discover it through another service in your region, the heart of the show remains the same. The rolling fields, the horses, the family ties, and the healing stories do not lose their power no matter how or where you watch them. So if you are planning your viewing, start by checking CBC and CBC Gem if you are in Canada. And for international fans, keep your eyes on Netflix, because once the season appears, it is there to stay, ready to be revisited again and again. Heartland may be rooted in Canada, but through these platforms, it has truly become a series without borders, connecting fans from every corner of the world through one simple question: where can I watch Season 16? And the answer is, wherever your heart finds its way back to the ranch. Every new season of Heartland carries a promise. The promise that life on the ranch will continue, that there will be laughter and tears, that there will be lessons about love, courage, and forgiveness. Season 16 is no different, but it carries a deeper weight. Because the characters we know have grown, they have faced trials, they have lost people they loved, and yet they keep moving forward, just as we do in our own lives. When you step into Season 16, you are not just watching a show. You are walking back into a world that feels alive. The rolling hills, the quiet stables, the sound of horses breathing in the early morning air. Everything feels like home. Amy continues her journey of healing, finding new strength in herself. Jack holds the family together with wisdom that comes from decades of life on the land. Lou faces challenges that test her role as both a leader and a sister. And all around them, the ranch becomes a place where struggles and dreams are woven together. What makes this season special is the way it balances pain with hope. There are moments where you will feel the sting of loss, but almost immediately, the story reminds you that every ending opens the door to a new beginning. It does not rush the healing. It allows it to unfold slowly, the way real life does. This makes every scene feel authentic, as if you are watching not just a scripted drama, but a reflection of life itself. The themes that have always defined Heartland shine brighter than ever in Season 16. The unbreakable bond between humans and animals, the quiet resilience of people living close to nature, the way family ties bend but never break, and the importance of forgiveness. These are not just storylines. They are reminders of values that many shows no longer focus on. This is why Heartland has such staying power, because it gives us something real in a world filled with noise. So what should you expect? Expect to cry, expect to smile, expect to feel a pull at your heart when the characters face choices that look a lot like the ones we make in our own lives. Season 16 is not about big twists or flashy drama. It is about the quiet power of love, the kind of love that heals wounds, that rebuilds trust, that keeps families standing tall even when the storms hit hardest. And most of all, expect to leave each episode with a sense of peace, the kind that only Heartland can bring in the end. Season 16 is more than just a continuation. It is a reminder that life keeps moving, that even after loss there is growth, and that no matter how far away you are from the ranch, the spirit of Heartland will always welcome you back. Not with fireworks, but with something even stronger, the steady warmth of a story that never lets go. There are television shows that entertain, and then there are shows that stay with you long after the credits roll. Heartland belongs to the second kind. Season 16 is not just about new episodes. It is about carrying forward a story that has already shaped lives. In a world filled with fast-moving trends and shows that burn out quickly, Heartland stands tall as proof that gentle storytelling can still capture hearts. This season arrives at a time when people everywhere are looking for comfort. The world outside feels uncertain. But inside the world of Heartland there is balance. There is a rhythm to life on the ranch. A rhythm that reminds us that no matter how much changes, some things endure. The horses still run, the family still gathers around the table, and the land still offers its quiet wisdom. Season 16 is a reminder that hope is not lost. It is just waiting to be seen in everyday moments. What makes Season 16 truly powerful is the way it blends familiarity with growth. Longtime fans will notice the echoes of earlier seasons, the bonds, the lessons, the gentle humor, but there is also fresh energy, new challenges, and new relationships that breathe life into the story. It feels like meeting an old friend who has grown older and wiser, yet still carries the same warmth you remember. The season also shows why Heartland matters for families. It offers a rare space where generations can watch together, parents sitting with children, grandparents sharing memories as the episodes unfold. It sparks conversations about love, loss, and resilience, and those conversations go far beyond the television screen. They become part of the family watching. This is the magic Heartland has always held, and Season 16 protects that magic carefully. At its core, this season reminds us that healing is not a straight line, that courage comes in many forms, and that family is more than blood. It is the people who stand beside you when life feels heavy. Heartland has never needed loud drama to make an impact. Instead, it has chosen quiet moments, looks exchanged between characters, the sound of hooves on the dirt road, the silence of the ranch at dusk. All of it carries weight. All of it tells us something about ourselves. Season 16 matters because it proves that after all these years, the story still has something to say, it still has lessons to teach, and it still has the ability to comfort. Whether you are watching it alone with a cup of tea, or gathered with your family on a Sunday evening, you will feel the same thing people have felt since the beginning, a sense of belonging, a sense of being part of something bigger, and a sense that life, no matter how hard, is always worth holding on to. A story can only live as long as people care about it, and Heartland has lasted this long because of you, the fans. You are the reason the ranch still feels alive. You are the reason Amy, Jack, Lou, and every horse on screen matter as much as they do. Season 16 may have been filmed in Alberta, but its true home has always been in the living rooms, the laptops, and the hearts of people across the world. What makes Heartland different from other shows is the way it has created a family beyond the screen. There are online groups filled with people who have never met in person, yet they speak to each other as if they grew up on the same ranch. They share favorite episodes. They post about the moments that made them cry. They celebrate the weddings and milestones of the characters as if they were real. This kind of connection does not happen often, but with Heartland it has become natural. Season 16 continues that tradition. Fans are not just viewers, they are part of the journey. Every time an episode airs, conversations light up across social media. People compare notes, share theories, and even create artwork and stories inspired by the show. It is a living community, one that stretches across oceans and cultures, united by a simple love for a story about family, resilience, and the bond between humans and horses. So here's a question for you. Who are you most excited to see in Season 16? Is it Amy as she grows into her role not just as a horse whisperer, but as a woman finding her strength? Is it Jack, the pillar of wisdom whose every word feels like a lesson we can carry into our own lives? Or is it the younger characters, the ones who remind us of the struggles of growing up, of making mistakes, and of finding our place in the world? Your answer matters because this show thrives on the connection it shares with its fans. Think about your favorite moment from all the seasons. Maybe it was a scene in the barn where everything felt still. Maybe it was a moment of laughter around the dinner table. Or maybe it was a heartbreaking goodbye that stayed with you long after. These moments are not just written into the script. They live on because you carry them with you. And by sharing them, you keep the spirit of Heartland strong. Season 16 is another chance to write memories together. Another chance to cry, laugh, and cheer as a community. So let your voice be part of the story. Comment, share, connect with others who love the ranch as much as you do. Because in the end, Heartland is not just about the people on the screen. It is about all of us, the fans who keep the fire burning, the fans who prove season after season that this story will never fade. Every journey needs a pause, and as we reach the end of this guide to Heartland Season 16, one truth becomes clear. This show is more than just entertainment. It is a reflection of life itself. It has carried us through joy, through heartbreak, and through healing. Just like the characters, we have faced our own storms, and just like them, we have found a way to move forward. Season 16 is not the end, it is another chapter, one that reminds us why we keep coming back, why the ranch still feels like home no matter how far away we are. Now you know when to watch, you know where to find it, and you know what to expect. But the most important part is what you choose to do with this journey. Will you step back into the world of Heartland with open eyes and an open heart? Will you share your favorite memories, your favorite characters, your favorite lessons with the rest of the Heartland family? Because every voice matters. Every fan adds another thread to this story, and together, we weave something larger than the show itself. Think of it this way. Every season of Heartland is like a gathering around a campfire. The cast and crew bring the sparks, but it is the fans who keep the fire alive. Without you, the flame would fade, but because of you, it burns brighter with every passing year. Season 16 is proof of that. It exists because of loyalty, because of love, because of the connection that has carried this story across borders and across generations. So as you prepare to watch, remember that you are not alone. Whether you are sitting on your couch in Canada, streaming on Netflix in the United States, or watching from the other side of the world, you are part of the same family, the same community, the same story that Heartland has been telling for over a decade. This is more than television, this is belonging, this is hope. This is a reminder that no matter where we are, some bonds can never be broken, and now the call is simple. If you are ready for more of the ranch, more of Amy's courage, more of Jack's wisdom, more of the quiet magic that Heartland always brings, then do not wait. Find Season 16, watch it, live it, share it, and let it become part of your story. And if this video helped you, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Because just like the Heartland family, we grow stronger when we grow together. Until the next season arrives, hold on to the lessons, hold on to the memories, and never forget. The ranch will always be waiting for you. Heartland is not just a show, it is a home. And Season 16 is your invitation to step back through those doors once again.